It's time for the biggest competition in Rainbow Six esports. The 2021 Six Invitational. Starting May 11th to the 23rd, going live from Paris, Rainbow Six Siege will host the world's finest players on stage. Tune in on Twitch and follow R6 Esports NA for the latest news on the league. You can click the link in the description below to watch the Invitational and even support your favorite esports teams by getting the league bundles and team items directly in-game. For every regional league set or team item sold, 30% of all the net revenue will be distributed amongst the respective organizations. Today, I sat down with notorious fragger Hyper from DarkZero and the GOAT himself, Bosco from Space Station Gaming, to talk about one of their favorite clutches of their careers, to help you, the viewer, better understand what's going on inside their head during these difficult clutches at the highest level. They broke down their analysis of their choices. Because let's be real here, the mind of a pro is way better than the mind of a diamond. So leave a like, comment down below which pros you'd like to hear from next, and enjoy the video.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what to pick. Like, I have a few, like, clips, you know? Like, I have a few rounds.
Homie says, I just don't know what to pick. There's just so many clutches. I'm just so...
Well, like...
This is going to be good. We got Troy back. We're excited. We're optimistic. Feeling good. How's the team feeling right now?
I mean, it feels pretty good. Like, as good as it can, given the situation, you know? Like,
For sure.
It's feeling good with Troy. Not gonna lie.
That's awesome. Is he already back?
Well, like, he's not at the house.
Okay.
But, like, we've been practicing with him, you know?
Let's go.
So, like, it just feels like it did before when we were, like, you know, slamming. So
let's go, dude.
Excited.
Goosebumps. Heck yeah.
All right, so this is a round from USN 2019 against DarkZero. It was just a quarterfinal. It was our first match of the tournament. And, you know, at this time, DarkZero is like the powerhouse of NA. It's got they probably had the most amount of fans behind them. So they're the guys to beat, you know. They're the top dogs. So this matchup kind of meant a lot to us because we actually struggled to beat them before this. But yeah, playing them on LAN, it's always a good feeling. We always struggled playing with them online. So 7-7, final overtime round of second map. We already won first map. Keep in mind, decider map is Consulate, which is a map that my team religiously never played back then, and DarkZero was probably their best map. So this round is huge. We're already down man advantage right now. Canadian traded Troy earlier, or Mint earlier in the round. We just lost Fultz from Master, I think. I'm the blue player here. This is DarkZero's classic execute, where they usually try to take blue, like up blue stairs from below. They actually don't end up doing that here, though. They kind of just end up executing statue right here and trying to plant. So Rampy stops the first plant right there. The case is down tile. We know that. We have eyes on it. There's an evil eye right there in Deer. So we're getting a call right now that he's planning. So I swing off that, pre-fire it. I just know the spot. And then it comes down to a 1v2. In the 1v2, it's me versus Skies. He's planted, and his teammates planning. I had a little duel with him in the wall. I had to hit him with the jukes real quick, and I ended up downing him. And then I had a little bit of a pre-fire at the old default plant, because I thought he was actually planting at that spot. You know, with the adrenaline so high in this clutch situation, I didn't really hear what was going on. And then the bomb ends up getting planted at couch door. And then I just know that I have to fake it a couple times, get him moving to hear where he's at. And then sure enough, I fake it. He thinks I'm on the left because of where the case is planted. And actually, I'm on the right, and he was so not ready for it. So I swing and get the kill. And I mean, obviously, we win the map and the series based off that and advance to semifinals. We go on to win this event later after beating OXG in the finals. But back then, they were reciprocity. Either way, though, this was like a huge moment for us beating DarkZero on this LAN. And it was a huge moment for me. You know, it was the whole map was in my hands there at the end. And probably one of my bigger clutches in my career, you know. And I finished the map with 19 kills. It was a huge map and huge moment for me, and yeah, just a very memorable clutch.
Dude, I remember I was with DarkZero at the time, and I remember, I think it was like third row watching this happen live and just thinking, you're unkillable. Seeing it go from a 1v3 and just dwindle, and even you're using your pistol like it doesn't even matter, right? And it's just like, This dude doesn't die. Is there any thought process to the whole, like, how how many times do you fake? Like, what's going on there?
Yeah, you usually fake it when you have a lot of time left, and I had a decent amount of time left on the clock still, so I knew I had some time to work with. Only if it's like low time and like the guys like playing far back would I ever, or anyone should ever consider like just sticking a defuse, you know?
Right.
Usually they're close enough to like get there and react. Like, it's so hard to like get off the bomb and like get your gun up and kill the guy. Like, he has an advantage.
Right.
So I had a decent amount of time. I usually try to get 2 ticks. Back then it was like 2 ticks was like a good fake back then. This was a little while ago, you know, end of 2019, so over a year ago.
Sure.
Nowadays I would say two ticks is not enough to get people moving. Like, I would say even 3 ticks now. You gotta make the noise, the 3 ticks on the diffuse, and like that usually gets people moving. And once they get moving, you kind of just gotta take the fight. And once you know where they're at. So like that was my thought process there. Like, once I knew it was the 1v1 and like he planted the bomb, I knew I kind of like fucked up, like, because I peeked out and I was like pre-firing the wrong spot. But I kind of just like had to like mentally reset, you know. I just hid there behind like the cupboard for a second, reloaded, you know, gathered my thoughts, and I decided to like push around through statue rather than just like try and take a bad engagement, like in pig is what we call it, which is the room to the right. Boar is what a lot of people call it, because the whole wall was bucked open. And you know, I had a lot of time to work with, so and he was playing back. I knew that once I got up to the diffuser, so I got on like an awkward spot, like an off angle that he wouldn't really expect. I got on the left of the door rather than the right, and yeah, I diffused for 2 ticks, and I heard like a shuffle, and I just, you know, I got off and swung because I knew he would be coming to check.
That's crazy, bro. So I mean, like, as like a veteran in the pro community, I mean, you're a champion both on Xbox and PC. I mean, do you feel like clutches like that have gotten easier, or is it still like the same level of kart racing stuff?
No, I would say moments like that, like clutches like that, or clutches in general, like they don't lose their like their potency. Like it's just so, the hype is so like just natural, and there's just so much of it that just like it just overwhelms you, you know. Like, I don't think that's something that'll ever really go away.
Right.
Like, it hasn't for me. Like, even like a series where I may be down bad, like not playing well or something, like if there's like a clutch moment, like it's like nothing else matters, like in that moment, you know, like you're just feeling incredible about yourself and like about, you know, winning the round. So
dang,
yeah, it's very uplifting, and just I don't think that like feeling will ever change.
That's awesome.
Me, at least.
For those types of rounds or games that you feel like you are down bad, like what helps you get out of that? Is it like just relying on your team to just kind of carry you through those moments, or what?
Keeping the focus, keeping your head on straight. Like, the biggest thing is like, you obviously, everyone like is good enough to know when they're playing bad, you know. Like, the good players know when they're like not playing up to their like standards, or like just making mistakes or missing shots, whatever it is, like whatever's causing the problems. But like, yeah, just keep like focusing on like just the game at hand, and like not what's happening to you, you know, like just letting rounds go and just like focusing on the next round is probably like the biggest thing I would say.
Okay.
And like the team, you know, as long as everyone's doing that on the team, like you all find each other, you know, one round, you know, like sure we'll lose a couple rounds, but like if everyone's still like, you know, keeping their head on straight and like focused on the same like the game plan, like then you know that next round we can have an explosive round and like change the momentum, you know, like
right.
And that's something that we like thrived on. Like we were very good at like keeping our heads in it. Like, even if we would go down, like there are plenty of matches we would start off slow or just like on the losing side of things, and we would bring it back. You know, it happened in the World Championship. Like we were on the brink of losing, and we were able to bring it back. So,
bro, Dylan, I appreciate it. That's literally everything I needed. Yeah, no, I really appreciate your time, bro.
Thanks for having me on the vid.
Absolutely. Good luck at SI. I'll be rooting for you, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Howdy.
How you doing?
I'm well. It's been a long time. How are you?
It has been a long time. I've been doing well. How are you? Does my mic sound good?
Yeah, it sounds really good.
In this round, this is actually a pretty weird Clubhouse round. Reciprocity. So the 2 attack operators are banned were, I believe they banned Mav first, and we surprise banned them with Thermite. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And so they only have Habana at the time, and they're trying to do a garage take with Habana, so they only have one set of X Kairos for the bikes wall, which is the like bottom left garage wall, and trying to clear garage is extremely hard with just a tiny little prone hole. And keep in mind, plat wall, which is the CCTV wall, there's very minimal amount of holes in it with just Habana. So they're trying to kill our 2 players in rafters, which is BC at the time and Nix. So they're pretty low on time, 1:05 left, but they do end up getting the 2 picks in rafters. And usually if you have one guy in rafters, he's a pretty much guaranteed kill unless he goes off. But if you have 2, then you're kind of guaranteed 1 kill at least to even it up. And the idea with rafters is basically just to waste time. So going for that end plant situation where they're trying to plant server, it's a lot more ideal because they have very low time. So after Brandon dies, they end up, I think, flashbanging Nix and walking up, or they could nade him. I'm not sure, but at this situation, we're kind of just hoping Nix gets a kill, and I'm still like lurking underneath with vision and sight. Matt ends up getting picked actually. So at this point where Matt and Nix both die, me and Kyle are in a 2v5, and we're trying to scramble to just for at least another kill, if not 2. So I tell Kyle, I'm pretty sure to get aggressive red, or he just calls out that he's doing so, and he ends up they actually end up not even opening plat. So at this point, my teammates are screaming to me that they're planning default, which I believe. I mean, it's a very hindsight thing, but if I'm team reciprocity here and I know the last guy's underneath, I would just run through and try to plant on a hard surface. They have 5 seconds, but that's a lot of time considering like I'm underneath, so I'd have to run up like red stairs. So I end up downing the Capitao swamp after I killed the guy running into garage, and I'm pretty sure my teammates are calling off a Vault Cam, if not a Maestro bubble, and they're screaming to me default, which is the CCTV server like bomb plant. So I end up throwing up a C4. I'm pretty sure there's a drone on me underneath, and Thatcher ends up jumping over rafters to run and try to kill me. And then I just end up pistoling him and then clutching the round out.
Heck yeah. Dude, so much popped off in such like little amount of time.
It's just so much was going on in that round. It's very vivid to me because it was just such a weird Clubhouse round, because I honestly don't even know how it came that close with plat walls like completely hard.
Do y'all have like one team you're specifically, I guess, anticipating to be a top contender for your SI?
So I would always get this answer in my Twitch chat, and and my original response when Pengu was on G2 was G2, but I feel like I shouldn't change it just because he retired.
Okay.
I did really want to play against Pengu.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna still say G2. I really like how they play. They play very fluid siege and very adaptive. Like, I've scrimmed G2 a very long time ago, back when they had Fabian, and it feels like they're coming from everywhere. They're just like always rotating around the map. They open up every door. It's like, it feels like there's like 6 people or 7 people on the other team. It's very,
jeez,
it's very annoying playing against them. But no, you could tell they're very good at fundamental siege, and they know like how to win around.
That's literally everything I needed. That was amazing. Your breakdown analysis and everything was fantastic. So I appreciate you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having me. I hope you have a good one as well.
Thank you. Good luck on SI, man.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You as well. Thank y'all very much for watching. Remember to tune into the broadcast from May 11th to the 23rd to watch the 2021 Six Invitational going on in Paris. You can follow R6 Esports NA for the latest news on the league. Click the link in the description and consider supporting your favorite team by getting the league bundles and team items directly in-game. For every regional league set or team item sold, 30% of the net revenue will be distributed amongst the respective organizations. Take it easy, and I'll be back with more pro highlights after the tournament.